For Ira Gordon, working in radio has been more of a love affair than a job. He's interviewed his rock idols, spun 45s, learned to love country music, and overall had a blast. Gordon says he attended the University of California at Irvine, intent on becoming a writer, and worked at the college radio station. But after a year, he left to attend the Don Martin School of Radio and Television Sciences, the same school where Don Imus, game show host Bob Eubanks, and the real deal Don Steele learned their craft.
My first paying job was in Mendocino, California, about 2.5 hours north of San Francisco. It was a station that I worked on the air from 2 to 5 in the afternoon. I then got an 1.5-hour dinner break and then came back and did 7 to 11 at night. And then at 11 at night I would do production. And on the weekends I would be the janitor and empty the garbage and sweep up. And there was a horse that lived in the backyard where the radio tower was, and I would have to feed the horse on Sundays also.
He left the beach of Northern California for the sands of the Mojave Desert.
And I couldn't wait to get out of there. I mean, it was 132 degrees in the summertime, and you would walk down the street in your tennis shoes and they would actually start melting on the pavement.
Gordon moved to Denver and had stints at a host of Colorado stations, moving on when formats and managers changed. He offers this advice.
No matter how dark it looks at one point where you've been fired and you may never work again, something always better comes along.
During the early 80s, he also had a stint at KZZR in Albuquerque and owned and managed a music store in San Diego. After more than 20 years in Denver and twice collecting awards from Billboard for Rock Station of the Year, he needed a change and moved south to Santa Fe, where he has worked ever since.
Win tickets from your friends at 98.1 Radio Free Santa Fe. I definitely got into radio for the love of music and not to become a celebrity, not to make a fortune. It wouldn't have mattered if I was doing it for free and still working midnight to 6. It was the music that drew me into the business and kept me there. Well, this past year I got to interview 2 of my idols. I grew up listening to Ira Gordon and the Animals and always wanted to talk to Ira Gordon and got to interview him over the phone. And the other one was Brian Ferry of Roxy Music. I named my son Brian after Brian Ferry.
Gordon says music is key, but ad service is also part of radio's mission.
Well, this is what radio is about. It should be like a general store where we bring the community in with the listeners and we match them up so that we can do good in the community.
As he prepares for the NMBA honor, which he is very proud to accept, Gordon thanks a host of broadcasters, including Chuck Hammond, Cindy Schloss, Ed Harris, Scott Hutton, and David Ianni. He also has advice for those entering the field.
Work hard, play well with others. You remember those 2 things and you will always have a job.